One of the most challenging things in life must be taking care of an ill baby or a sick toddler because they can't tell you what they are going through. You can only guess. So you just be doing permutation and combination. This one time, my baby was ill and we were worried because he was coughing a lot. So we took him to the hospital. Doctor said we had to run a test to see what exactly was going on. That would mean getting a sample of his blood, right? Of course, I hated the sight of somebody putting a syringe into my baby's body. Anyone who has met that boy knows that he's one of the happiest people in the world. So watching him cry from such discomfort and pain was just heartbreaking. So for the first few seconds while the lab scientist tried to find a vein and get his blood, I was there and I saw the look on my baby's face as he was looking at his dad like, why would you let me go through this? It broke my heart. I couldn't take it. I left. Of course, it wasn't a palatable sight watching our baby go through that pain, but it was what we had to do because it was a means to an end. The end being that we would then get diagnosis and treatment, which we did. And guess what? With that treatment came a good number of injections that would mean more syringes and more pain. And of course, we faithfully took him to get his injections. On his part, he was probably thinking, why are these people putting me through so much discomfort and pain? On our part, it was us showing him that we loved him, we cared about him, and we wanted him to bounce back to perfect health. You see, a lot of times we go through discomforts that make no sense to us. We think that God has withheld his graciousness towards us because we are going through temporary pain. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of times with restoration comes a certain degree of discomfort, and with growth comes a certain level of pain. Have you ever seen a teething baby? The itchy gums, the rashes, the fever, the diarrhea, the all whatnot, just because growth is happening. At this point, let me say that anyone who told you that a life in Christ is a life full of unending comfort lied to you. Because the graciousness of God does not always come in the prettiest of packages. You see, that job that you lost might actually be God being gracious to you. That NYSC posting to a place that you did not expect might be the graciousness of God in disguise. That relationship you had invested so much in that hit the rocks, that might be God being gracious to you. There is one thing I know for sure. No matter how discomforting and painful the means might be, the result of God's graciousness is His perfect plan. And that's for anybody who is at the center of His will. Please do not mistake this to mean that God sets us up for terrible things to happen to us before good things can happen. No. Do not also mistake this to mean that every pain is God inflicted. No. Like I said before, there is the place of remaining in the center of God's will and in alignment with His plans and purpose. Discernment is key.